At the heart of great design is the belief that home should reflect who you are, and today's guest has built her entire career around that idea. Joining us today is Kristi Hopper, founder of Kristi Hopper Designs, a thriving interior design firm built on the belief that everyone should truly love where they live. With over 25 years of experience, Kristi has developed a multifaceted approach to design, working across residential and commercial projects, home renovations, and product design. Her work has been widely recognized within the industry, earning multiple ASID Design Ovation Awards, Best of House honors, and repeated recognition as top interior designer in the Dallas area. She's also been featured in several national publications, participated in major design panels across the country, and continues to be a highly respected voice within the design industry. In addition to her design work, Kristi has expanded her influence through brand partnerships and product development, including product collaborations with Harp and Finial, Geometry House, a new lighting collection released by Veriluz, as well as Kristi holds ambassadorship with Kingstown, and she's probably added some more on there since we put this up. So we're thrilled to welcome Kristi Hopper to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, that was nice. Thank you.
That's a good Friday intro, right?
Yeah, thank you.
It's a nice little pickup there. So you've built your 25-year career around the idea that people truly love the home in which they live.
Yeah, love where you live is our trademark. I really do say that a lot, and I really believe that. It's not my house, it's yours. And my goal is to make other people's dreams come true. That when they go, or what's your style? I'm like, it's your style. I make your style. Like if you have a favorite painting, we're going to use that, because I can't go buy that. So I really enjoy that no job is the same. That makes me really happy, and I'm never bored.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I feel that 100% of your career has been built on partnerships and relationships. Y'all, if you've ever been to High Point, if you ever go to High Point with this lady, just be prepared because everybody knows her and she knows everybody and she takes the time. You put the energy in to visit with people and see how they're doing. And I really feel like that is probably what has elevated your career.
Oh, you're sweet. I really do enjoy getting to know people. I really enjoy relationships. My friend Tracy Connell says, I missed the boat. I should be connecting people instead of being a designer. But
you are connecting people as a designer, though.
I do connect people a lot. It's just natural. It's something I enjoy doing. I think that's why Michael Bauer and I are such good friends. We both have that gift. But I really like to get to know people. And not everyone's a people person, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just one of those people that is.
Yeah. So for the students and the emerging professionals that are trying to get into design, we talk about how important relationships are. So what is some advice that you could give to them? Because not everybody is a people person. When we were talking to Michael, we were talking about how most designers are introverts, and a lot of those coming into the industry, maybe they don't know how to jump out there and be that people person.
I think it's good to start with our associations like ASID and IDS. I've never gotten a job from any of those people, any of those associations. Let me be really clear about that. So, they're so important though, because you get to know vendors and you get to know other designers and you get to hear things like, you're not charging enough, or I told the designer last week, girl, you're hurting the whole industry. Charge what you're worth. Stop it. She's been a designer for 35 years. I'm like, stop that. What are you doing?
You're right. You're hurting the whole industry when you're
messing up the industry.
You are.
And she heard me. She just got in a rut. She's been a designer for so long. But she heard me. And, that's the kind of things that happen when you get out there and you're not just in a bubble. I think that's what ASID and IDS are amazing for. And IDS, it's just good to get to know everyone in the industry. It's a small industry.
It is.
And the more you buy, the more you partner with people, the better relationships you have. And it's better for you and it's better for your clients.
Yeah.
It just is. And I don't think everybody looks at it that way. I was at a meeting last week and I was the only designer, and there were several of us sitting at the table that takes people to market. They were all like, are you crazy? What do you mean you take people to market? Oh, I'm not doing that. But I like to do that because they can sit on the sofa. They can see what's out there. I can get a lot done in an hour.
Well, and the market supported your career from the beginning.
And I've supported them.
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
I remember back in the day, the first time I went to Kravet, for instance, they didn't want to deal with designers, and I left crying. You know, that was my first try to buy something wholesale, and I left crying. And at Dallas Market Center, they used to cater to retail. You know, I mean, 26 years ago, that was the deal. And Michael Bauer was the first one in the building that would sell to me. I remember he goes, I'm going to tell them they have to sell this to you, even though you're not going to buy $1,000 worth of these little, I think it was a frame or something. I'm going to see if they'll sell you one. And that's how it started. And I feel like that's why he ended up doing design for Dallas Market Center, because he really did see like a gap, you know, and now we see what's happened since then. He was very intuitive. Like, retail is harder now, and we need retail. Oh my gosh, please
Right.
don't make everything go to Amazon.
Right.
Please God. Like, I can't believe it. But you go to a store and they don't have what you need, and
Yeah.
you end up getting it on Amazon. It's terrible. But I believe that in the beginning, I just kept going because I didn't know where else to go.
Yeah.
I didn't know what else to do.
So for our listeners, you'll have to go back and listen to the Michael Bauer podcast because he talks about being the first one to sell to a designer at Dallas Market. And I think that
It was
might have
me.
been to you.
It was me, for
so
sure.
this is total full circle.
Yeah.
So y'all go back and listen to that episode.
Right. Did he talk about that?
Yeah, he totally
I watched
did.
part of it, but I didn't get to watch all of it. But
Yeah.
yeah, that would be me.
Yeah, I love that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So as long as we've known each other, I really don't know where you went to school, what your start was. We like to have a little alumni fun here on the show so people can relate. There's winding journeys. Not everybody finishes school and they find another path. So take me back.
So I went to school at the University of North Texas in Denton.
You did.
I did. And I got a degree in merchandising.
Okay.
Back in the day, though, I did take a lot of design classes. I took art. I took the history of design. I took some design classes. I don't think we had CAD back then.
Yeah.
I'm too old for that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got a degree in merchandising. I graduated. I went to work at a temp service. I'm not sure why that happened. I don't remember why.
Because you needed a job out of college.
I needed a job, and some friend of mine knew somebody that owned this temp service,
Okay.
and I was placing temps. But I would drive from Denton, Texas to downtown Dallas
Yeah.
with no AC in my car. And y'all, we had to wear pantyhose
I hated the days when you had to wear pantyhose.
and no AC in
Yeah.
Dallas, Texas. I cried every day. So needless to say, I got fired from that job because I cried every day. It was too far. So I ended up moving to
Pantyhose have
Dallas.
runs in them. You got to go get a new egg at Kroger.
yeah,
the whole thing.
My God, do they have those anymore?
I don't think so.
I think pantyhose are coming back, but I don't know where to buy them because
And I
I'm
don't
not
know
buying them
why.
on Amazon.
No, it's not happening.
I'm not doing it. But anyway, so I ended up, the same lady said, hey, there's this job at Canon. Canon was at Regent Boulevard in Las Colinas.
Yeah.
Or Irving. And go out there because I could type. I could type 120 words a minute. In high school, I was part of the vocational office education program.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could
They don't
type
have
like-
that now either.
They don't have that now either, but like I could type really fast. And so they sent me out there to be an assistant. Well, the day I went in, I thought, I'm going to stay. I love this place. And I did love that place. And I stayed for 10 years. And they I ended up being at one point, they moved me to California because they did a wholly owned subsidiary called Canon Computer Systems. And the headquarters was in California. That's how I ended up in California. And I was the national sales operations manager. Then my husband moved us to Dallas. He got a job in Dallas. I got him a job at Canon, though, of course, because, me connecting people.
Right, exactly.
He got a big job at Canon, and then he outgrew that and moved us to Dallas. So I went back to the Regent Boulevard office. They restructured, and it just so happened I was pregnant with my daughter when that happened.
Yeah.
So
Perfect timing.
Yeah, I would go on interviews because I had no intention of not working. I just never was wired that way. And I would know I was getting I would be like, I know I'm getting it. And I would say, by the way, I'm going to have a baby. And you could just see the face. I'm like, well, I'm not going to get a job.
Yeah.
Because back then they didn't have to give you a job if they didn't care.
Right.
Like,
and
you're
they could
pregnant?
ask
Nope.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a whole different world. Right. So I redid my kitchen. And after my daughter was born, and a painter that my friend Sandra recommended came to my house, and we started working together. He said, "Will you help me do this job?" And we helped me do this job. And all the neighbors
Really?
kept coming over and going, "Would you do my house?" And that's how it started.
Wow.
And I think because of my corporate background, I knew about business, you know?
Yeah.
I probably knew a little more about business than most designers because I had that 10 years of sales business. Like I ran part of that was the market development funds. It was the second biggest budget other than salaries for the company. So I learned a lot. It was a miracle.
It's so important because you have to, if you're going to go out on your own, and not everybody has to be an entrepreneur to do this, but if you are going to go out on your own, you have to have some sort of business background.
And even with the business background, you can get screwed.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Unfortunately, that's true.
Unfortunately, that's true.
So at what point did you realize that you could expand the business beyond just design? Because we're going to talk a little bit about your partnerships and some of your new launches, which has been very exciting.
Well,
so did you plan for it? Did the opportunity just present itself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this is what happened. So I met this girl named Mariska Myers, and she was from Amsterdam, and she was doing a line with Harp and Finial. And I met her from Tom Clark Haynes, the antiques diva, who's one of the most fabulous people in the world, by the way. Anyway, she was launching at Dallas Market, so I went up to say hi. And at that time, Jimmy, the owner of Stylecraft, said, "Come back here and look at this." So I'm looking at the computer and I said, "You need to meet is Dan Foley. He's had product. He was on Evine. He had launched an outdoor line, and he's one of my besties, right?
Yeah.
So I called him, I'm like, "Get up here." So I introduced them, and now Dan actually works for the corporation.
Oh, does he?
Fast forward, yes.
I mean, I know he has a huge line with them.
No, he moved to Memphis.
Really?
He's margin charge. Like he is, he's the design director or something. I say he's margin charge, but he's right under Jimmy. He's revamping both lines. And I'm probably saying stuff wrong, but
That's
I mean,
okay. It sounds great.
But I think, right. I think he's running the place, right? Because I'm his biggest fan, but like he's got a big job there. And anyway, that's how that started. Well, in the meantime, Nikki took over Harp and Finial, and Nikki said, "Would you like to do product for us? Dan's doing that. Would you like to do this?" I'm like, "Well, sure." So
why not?
Started doing products.
Yeah, which was beautiful. The
really
vase launch that went.
The black and white vases.
Yeah,
I had a tray. I had 3 pieces of furniture, a couple of lamps. I mean, I had a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
but now, and I still have it, but it's time to revamp. And Dan is doing his thing and revamping the whole line. So hopefully, I'll get to keep doing product with them. Whatever. It's been a wonderful experience.
So that was your first.
That was my very first product.
And then how did you then roll that into additional? I'm going to go back to your relationship.
It's all about relationships.
It is.
I'm on the board for art, accessories resource team. And to me, that's where I get the most bang for my buck. I get a lot of bang for my buck in all of the things I do, but that one, because you get to know the manufacturers and you understand what they're going through. Like the art conference is coming up in May in Tucson. Everyone should go. If you're a designer and you want to really know what's happening in the industry, that's how to learn. And it helps you be a better designer. Yeah. It helps you with your business. It just does. If anybody needs that, DM me and I'll let you know. Or just look under.
Is there an opportunity for students to get involved with
art?
That program?
Good question. I should know the answer and I don't.
Yeah, we should look into that because we're always trying to find ways where we can at least expose them to all these different avenues that might give them a break in the industry. So we'll get back with.
I think that we've talked about it, and I think that.
Although I don't even know what
come later.
Yeah,
it may need to come later.
Yeah.
But if I'm wrong, I will definitely get back to you.
Okay.
Because it's more of. I don't know when I was in the beginning of this if I would have gotten it, if I would have understood that.
Right.
But
you're
after
almost too deep in it. It's
maybe
so involved.
It's involved.
Yeah.
But it's really good for designers.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know about students yet. We need to talk
DM
about
you.
that. Yeah. Okay. DM me. Thank you. Yeah. Text me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's about relationships. So Ron and I know each other. Ron is, Fairluz, and we just launched our lighting line. Last High Point, he had the sample there. And then in January at Light Ovation in Dallas, which is the biggest lighting show, it was available for purchase 4 versions of there was a sconce, a long, like island light and a longer island light and then a round. And they're all on my Instagram. If you want to see them, there's various pictures of them.
And your Instagram is?
Kristi Hopper Designs.
Kristi Hopper Designs.
Yeah.
And then right before we started recording, you told me some very fabulous news about that particular product.
So yesterday I noticed that they posted, Business of Home posted, collaborations for High Point, and several designers have new collaborations with several brands. And I said, oh, that's cool. Look at that. Well, at the end of the day, Ron texts me and says, because of the award, we're ramping up our PR. I'm like, what award? He goes, well, that's an award. We won an award. I'm like, what are you talking about? So, Best of High Point from Business of Home.
Amazing.
I mean, I would just had to pinch myself.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've not been to High Point, it is the largest furniture show in the world. And it's something I never could have dreamt of, that I would be included with the people that are
Top
on the
12.
list, top 12. It's like, what is happening?
Yeah, that's amazing.
I was so shocked, but it is a biophilic light. It's made from, it looks like leaves. And, that's very important right now. We are trying to be healthier. We're trying to bring the outside in. It calms you down. So it's also made of recycled metals, and they've also used paint that's low VOC. That's not, it's not bad for the environment.
Yeah.
So everything about it is about sustainability and about biophilism. And so there's more to the story than just this pretty light.
Right.
You know, and when I designed it, that's how I designed it.
Which it's important for people to know that when they're purchasing something, right? Like why you designed it the way you did, or why they use the products the way that they did. So I love that when they're incorporating designers now in their brand products, that they are telling the story. Mm-hmm. So hopefully they've done the same thing so that we understand, because we know biophilic design is just such a huge part of the industry right now. So that's
really
exciting.
Is, because I think we're so connected to our phones, and we're so connected to, we just never get a break. So when you can come home and really calm down and really disconnect, and part of that is feeling like you're part of nature, you know, whatever that means to you. It could just be the design in your rug. It doesn't have to be, oh, I got a big tree in the corner. That's not what we mean. You know, it could be the glimpse of this light fixture that looks like leaves. You know, it could look like lily pads. We have several more coming. We will have more in June in Dallas market.
Exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Very exciting. Now, are you with some other brands that I did not mention, or did I catch them all?
Well, I don't do the Kingsdown thing anymore.
Okay.
But that was fun.
Okay.
I stood in a unit in High Point for a whole week once for them. That was great. It really was great. I love them. They have a really great product. We do have a little bit of a thing that we do with Buc-ee's.
Yeah, with Kelly
O'Neill.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think you should mention that.
Well,
it's kind of a big
hard
thing
to understand it. Like, people are like, what do you mean Buc-ee's?
Well, I don't know. It's getting out there. People that are not from Texas are learning what Buc-ee's gas station is all about here in Texas.
But for my brand, it's hard to understand. What do you mean you have stuff? What do you mean? So basically, Buc-ee's and I have a partnership where I don't even know if you'd call it a partnership. It's more like I don't know. I don't know what you'd call it, but sometimes I can go to them and say, hey, what about this product? So what happened is they wanted to do a state pride collection, and they had Kelly O'Neill do a piece of art for each state they're in. And then from that piece of art, they do other piece types like cutting boards and spatulas, and there's
pillows, kitchen towels,
everything.
Right? Everything
and there's puzzles. Just a lot. Like, I forget how many different SKUs there are, but and then there's one that says always open. So that's one of my favorite things I've ever done, because it's Buc-ee's. It's Texas. I'm from Brazoria, Texas, and they're from that area. And it's just so exciting and fun.
Well, and Kelly's art is so perfect.
It is so
for the
good.
chaos of Buc-ee's.
Yes.
His art is so perfect in there. So you guys can check that out on Kelly O'Neill's
Design Legacy, Kelly O'Neill. But you can also, when you go into Buc-ee's, you'll see it. It's
the most beautiful Buc-ee's stuff you'll see, because it's not just the beaver.
It's good, right? It's good.
It's really pretty stuff.
But there is a beaver in all of it.
Yeah.
Because people love the beaver. They really do. And, you know, it's right on the aisle. You can see it. Please buy some and enjoy it is the main thing. Enjoy it, because I have some and I love every bit of it.
It's so cute. It's so cute. Every time we stop into a Buc-ee's, which you always do on a road trip here,
I
always hunt it down. I'm like, there it is. There's the
stuff. Oh, good. So, good. That makes us happy. But
So-
Kelly is such an amazing artist, and he can do just about anything. But to be able to, what he wanted to do was bring his art to the masses, and through Buc-ee's he can do that.
Absolutely.
Isn't that nice? That
Yeah.
he's such a wonderful person.
We've had pieces commissioned for our clients from Kelly, and they're beautiful, but it's not for everybody. They have price tags on them.
Yeah.
So to be able to go to a Buc-ee's and pick up something with his art is phenomenal.
It's phenomenal for him and for Buc-ee's.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's great.
Benefits everybody. So from your perspective, what makes a brand want to partner with a designer instead of just creating products in-house? So you get to go back to Buc-ee's and say, hey, what about this? What about this? It's not just like you created this one thing. Mm-hmm. So what do you think helps with some of those relationships? I would imagine
I think
constant
boots on the
communication.
ground. But I think boots on the ground. I think knowing what people want. And, as a designer, a hands-on designer, I am picking things, selecting things, dealing with clients, looking at product. I mean, I am, I'm doing everything in my business, and I am boots on the ground. Like I participate in everything from what quote goes out to the numbers on it, how much a markup is, how much my hourly rate is, to every selection. Not a selection goes out without me. So when you have a business like that, you understand what's missing in the marketplace.
Absolutely.
And I think not everyone sees it though.
Yeah.
And not everyone sees, oh, I need a table like that's 3 times bigger and twice as light, or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Or I can't find whatever, right? And I know those
like
things.
the fixture that you created.
Like the fixture I created.
That linear, it's so hard to find the right size linear fixture to go over a rectangle table.
It really is.
Yeah.
And that's why we have 2 sizes.
Yeah.
But the other thing is like, there's something nobody will manufacture for me that I'm dying for. And I'm not going to bring it up.
Yeah,
to
don't
somebody
reveal
else.
it.
I'm not going to reveal it, but I've asked 10 people to do it. And the other,
I will be asking you after we quit taping.
what it is.
Yes.
The other thing that I think really why I wanted to design anything is because of bar stools. I don't know if you feel this way about bar stools, but clients want bar stools to swivel and be cheap and be the right color and be the right everything.
Yeah.
They want it to make dinner and give them a paycheck. They want too much from a bar stool. And I could never find the bar stool I wanted. And so that's what really prompted me. And I only have one bar stool.
Was that your first product development?
No, the first one ended up being the ginger jar, but I do have a bar stool with harp and finial. It's got acrylic legs with gold accents, and the top was white, and that's not how I designed it. I wanted it to be a color, but you can cover it for $35 or whatever, and make it really custom, and they're pretty inexpensive. They only came out with bar height in the beginning. This is the other thing about product design. It doesn't always come out the way you thought, right? And so they only had bar height, and I'm like,
it's more like conceptual
at
design
first,
for the product.
Yeah. And then you get
I could see that.
I would like with Ron, he gives me more
You've
stuff
been
up front.
entrusted.
Yes. But he gives me more like, what do you think about this? Should we do this? But it's still the way he wants it.
Yeah.
They're the manufacturer. It's their product in the end, right?
And they have to be able to sell it.
And that's hard to understand when you think you're going to get to do, like the white cover on the bar stool. The bar stool is still in the line for harp and finial.
Okay.
So you can get, and they do have a counter stool now.
Well, and I think we're in a different area, right? So all different parts of the country, they have different wants and needs.
Right.
And we may not know that. We know our area very well.
Right. The manufacturer has the numbers.
Yeah.
Like they're the boss, right? Yeah. Like I'm the boss of my company. I don't want somebody sending out something that doesn't get approved by me, right? Even though I have, great people working for me, that's not the point. The point is,
your name is on it at the end.
In the end. But sometimes also like they don't know the client like I do. Some of my clients I've had for 20 years, and I've had my longest designer right now has been with me for a year.
Right.
Right. So there's no way he can know those people like I do.
Yeah.
And there's things I just know that after being their designer for 25 years, and usually some of my best friends, they turn into good friends a lot of times. That there's just no way they can know the things I know. Right. So that's part of it too. That's why I'm like, no, you got to go through me first. You can't just send it.
Which is so important about this podcast. I've learned so much about my colleagues and where they started. I didn't know where your start actually was.
Right.
But for that younger generation moving up that's going to take our roles at some point. We're not going to do this forever, as long as we can, but not forever.
We hope we don't have to do it till we die.
Yeah, we hope
You
we
think
don't
I'm going
have
to die at Dallas Market
No.
Center? That's
Oh,
what Michael
God.
Bauer used to
That
say.
would-
I'm going to die at my desk at Dallas Market Center.
Just sitting right there at Dallas Market Center. But passing on that information, and leaving that legacy to the next generation, I think is just so very important. So
Yeah.
it's great to have these conversations and show these different pathways that these new people coming into the industry can possibly take. So would you, if you could go back, would you have done anything different at the start of your design career?
I would have charged more.
Okay, from the beginning.
In the
I
beginning,
think
it was
that's
like
pretty common.
pretty common. In the beginning, I was
we all
like,
start out at-
I made $20. I was
like
so
50
excited.
bucks an hour.
But when I got laid
that,
off,
y'all.
no, don't do that.
Don't do that.
When I got laid off, and I was pregnant, I did have, I got a little bit of money because
Right.
everybody did, they restructured and stuff, and I'd been there for so long. So it wasn't important that I make money at that point. And I wasn't in tune with other designers at all. I didn't know what anybody was doing.
Yeah.
So that's why ASID
'Cause
and
you're in a
IDS I was in a bubble.
Yeah.
I was in a neighborhood bubble.
Yeah.
And so I had no idea what I was supposed to be doing, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I remember joining ASID and feeling like I was a big girl,
Right.
And when I was raising my kids when they were little, I didn't have any interest in doing this. I didn't have time. My husband traveled
yeah.
for work. I did my thing.
Yeah.
And I had good contractors that I worked with, but when it came
You
to
were raising a family.
I was raising a family,
Yeah.
and I learned how to go to Dallas Market, and then that was
It just took off.
And I don't remember who told me to join ASID. I remember Tracy Connell told me to join IDS.
Yeah. She brought me in too. She's a good recruiter.
She's a good recruiter. she's a good designer. But I remember her standing there telling me, I was with Michael Bauer. She goes, "You need to join IDS." I'm like, "Well, okay, whatever you say."
Whatever that is. Yeah, sign me up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was life-changing for me as well.
Yeah.
As it was for Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an incredible group.
Yeah, it's a great group. And so is ASID. They're both wonderful. I don't know how to stop being part of either one of them.
I know. Same.
I'm like, well, but
I do both.
yeah, I
know.
do too.
I do too. It's expensive.
And in
but
KBA.
I love it all.
Now
Oh,
I've
yeah,
added
and
that
one
and
too.
art. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I need to stop joining things, right?
When all those memberships come up at the end of the year, you're like, oh,
Why do I do
yeah,
this?
why am I doing this?
Yeah,
for
but then I have FOMO if I don't go.
So, how about one key takeaway for the students and those listening as they're coming into the industry? Some key point that maybe you didn't have that could help guide them. Or
Okay,
maybe
I'm
it's
going to
something
say
that really
something.
took off.
I'm going to say something really strange. So I've been interviewing. I have an opening right now. If you've got a year of design behind you, you can call me. But when I first started my business, like I said, I wasn't trying to do anything but just stay busy, make a little money, and I enjoyed it. And then I went to Dallas Market with my friend Mary, and she went to this jewelry store there, and I would never go in there. I was terrified of it. It's like, oh my God, those people, you got to have a lot of money to walk in there. But Mary went in there, and the second time she went in there, I was with her. We were at market for something else. The lady looked at me and said, "Can I tell you something?" I go, "Well, yeah." And she goes, "I would never hire you." And I said, "Why?" She goes, "You don't have a nice enough purse, and you don't have a nice enough ring."
Welcome to Dallas.
And I said, "Well, let's fix that." And so we did. And I swear to you, people at market, people in the industry,
really,
clients treated me different. She was right. And it's not about Dallas. It's about what we do.
Yeah.
My mother was a
There's a
realtor for
persona.
50 years, and she had a couple of facelifts, and she said I was able to work longer because it's a vanity.
It is.
And I had another person tell me once about another designer that came to their house. She said, she came to my house, and I thought, if she looks like that, she can't design my house, if she can't even put an outfit together.
That's true.
So I think the way we present ourselves is really important. And I don't think you can get around it. I don't care what kind of woke industry, when people want you to do their house, they have an expectation.
They do.
And I mean, I didn't spend a ton of money on any of that stuff that she told me to do, but I did upgrade.
Yeah.
And she was absolutely right. And I appreciate that she had the nerve to tell me that.
Yeah, the honesty.
And just she was being nice, really. She wasn't she did sell me a ring, but I don't think was her goal.
Right.
I think she was really just letting me know, hey girl, you need to up your game a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think every day, even if I wear cute sweats, like my shoes are going to match my sweats.
Yeah.
Something is going to be cute,
Right.
right?
That you put some effort into it, that you thought about it.
And I think it's natural for a lot of designers, but I think that's a good takeaway. If you can't put an outfit together, you probably shouldn't be a designer.
Yeah.
And if you don't
Absolutely
want to
love it.
look how cute you look right now. Like we get up and we think about these things.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sometimes we wake up in the night going, what am I going to wear
What am I
tomorrow?
going to wear tomorrow? And what's the
madness.
weather going to be tomorrow? Because I don't know what to wear, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing I say is show up. Suit up and show up. Like a lot of times the younger generation doesn't want to work very hard and they don't want to show up. And I think you got to suit up and show up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even when you don't want to.
Yeah.
Like I work weekends, I work nights. The other night I was sourcing lighting at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't had time during the day.
And we have it on our phones now.
It's on my phone.
Super easy.
Well, it's easy, but nobody works like that.
Yeah.
People don't want to, they're like, well, I missed Thursday. I'm not going to make it up.
Yeah.
I have the day off, that kind of stuff. And I don't think that's the way to own your own business. You can't make it that way.
Yeah. And it's really hard to work for somebody that way as well.
Yeah.
Like you have to have the drive and the gumption.
Yeah. Because a lot of us are really small firms.
Yeah.
And we need that. We need help, and it's not that we want to pay people. I definitely want to pay people for a job well done.
Yeah.
Definitely want to pay people for coming to work. But it's like, I think everybody needs to know you got to suit up and show up.
Yeah. Great tips.
And cute clothes.
In cute clothes with a nice purse.
Yes.
And an upgraded ring if you have to.
If you have to. Some sort of cute jewelry. Good jewelry.
Yeah. Good jewelry. Good jewelry.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a super fun conversation. Thanks for sharing your journey.
Yeah.
And some
Thanks
of the
for having me.
Yeah. The background of working with brands, I think is really interesting. And we look forward to seeing where you are in the future.
Cool.
Thanks, Kristi.
Thank you.